Kemimoto sent me this Midnight 80 Gen 2 soundbar to try out on our side-by-side. We've got a Can-Am Defender side-by-side. Doesn't have a speaker right now, so we're really excited to check this out. I mean, we like riding, but, you know, there are times when just having some background music would be great. And, of course, having a little bit of LED action going on, too, would help a lot. Just kind of bring some attention to it for twofold. One, just I think it's going to look cool, but two is kind of a safety feature. You're going to be seen by vehicles or anything else. You know, we have to get out on the road to get anywhere to ride. So, you know, we end up on the road probably a little more than I would like to. So it'll be nice to have have some flashing LEDs going on to help bring attention to us, so we're not just kind of invisible, especially for out a little bit as it's getting late, you know, dark dusk time frame. It'd be nice to have have some lights flashing. So we're going to open this thing up and see what's included. We're going to install it in the Defender, and we're going to take it out and check it out. So stay tuned. All right, we got a remote and a couple of extra fuses. Have an accessory kit, which has mounting hardware. We'll get into that in a little bit. Get the box out of the way. Wow. First impression, this thing is incredibly heavy. Really nice. You can see there are speakers on each end. It's kind of nice. And got your control panel on the front, which is nice. Let's spin around and look at the rear over here. So we've got our different inputs and outputs. I'm not sure. SMA, let's see what that's for. USB connection, so if you got a USB flash drive with some songs on it. Got an aux out and an aux in. And your 12-volt connection. We've got a wiring pack right here that we'll use to hook this up to the battery. But man, this thing is heavy duty. There's definitely no cheap plastic in this thing. All right, we're going to take this out. It's a pretty nice day today. It's kind of overcast, but, you know, not too chilly. It's definitely better than it has been lately. So I'm excited to be able to get the side-by-side outside. And we're going to check this out and see how easy it installs and how good it sounds. All right, we've got side-by-side outside. It's actually a really nice day, just a little bit overcast, but perfect weather. Surprisingly, no wind, almost no wind. Anyway, we're going to end up putting it on this roll cage right here. There is one in the back, but the way it's just not conducive to hanging speakers back there. So I think right here is going to be the best place. It's going to give us really great sound and have a great light show right behind our head there. So there's this two-piece mount system. So we'll put it up here in a second, but this piece goes on top and this piece goes on the bottom, goes around the roll cage, and then you tighten it up. Of course, this piece will be attached to the speaker. We'll get to that in a minute. But, you know, before we do that, there's a couple of different size screws. So we're going to try and see which size screw actually goes up here and goes around this roll cage correctly. And that way, we're not trying to do it once this is attached to the speaker and we're trying to hold it up there. So that's a bonus. This is not including the owner manual. Put this on here first before you attach it to the speaker. All right, we are going to try this first with the medium size, and we'll see if it's enough or if we're going to have to go up to the bigger size. I'm almost certain those small ones, and I think the small ones are actually for attaching it to the speaker anyway. Let's see what we get here. Okay, got that one to grab a little bit. Now it does come with a Allen wrench that you can use to kind of get it going. I've got a secret here I'm going to show you in a little bit too on how to do this, because it's kind of hard to get the Allen wrench up in there. And actually, I got both of those to grab with the mediums. So that's going to be exactly what I need, and then it won't be too much to tighten it up. So I'm going to take this back down, and then we'll talk about where to mount the, which holes to put these in the speaker. You see all these different mounting hole options, so you've got quite a bit of variety depending on how your roll cage is set up. You got quite a bit of spaces, quite a bit of options to put it in. Just to get this figured out here, we're gonna hold it up here. It looks like one from the end is gonna be the right option. All right, so like I said, one from the end. We got the washer and lock washer on there. We're just gonna drop that on. Now we want these pretty much perpendicular to the, and I'm not gonna go inside and get a square or anything, but we do want them pretty much square so it'll line up with the roll cage about right. And we do want them tight because we do not want that to vibrate loose, since that's gonna, you know, be what holds it on the bar. All right, that is pretty good. Maybe I should have got a square. Okay, now we're gonna take this in. I'm gonna show you a trick. Holding this up here would be really difficult. This thing is heavy, so I'm gonna show you a trick here. Oh, this thing is heavy, which is good. It's a solid piece of equipment, but it is gonna be a pain to try to hold that up there and get all the brackets in place and everything else. So what I'm gonna do, so this is an expensive trick. I'm not gonna charge anything for this today. You get this for free, but we're gonna go ahead and put a little bungee cord in there. Now these, this isn't just any bungee cord. These are rhino straps, and these things work fantastic. They're easy to work one-handed and whatever. All right, so now I've at least got it hung up there, so I'm not having to fight it. All right, we got our brackets. We've already confirmed that the medium screws are gonna work. The shorter ones that I guess that are meant for this, we're gonna go ahead and install them with the washers and lock washers. All right, I'm gonna take the other bracket, washer, lock washer, and we're gonna drop this up here. Make sure we're about even on this. Could go that way just a hair. All right. Now we're going to try to tighten these up. Little bonus, so it does come with this Allen key, and that works. But man, it is going to whoop you trying to constantly find it, turn it a little bit, take it out. But you know, so what I do is find the same size bit. So anyway, I go ahead and put this on there, and then I'm just going to turn it by hand to kind of get it started down in there, because it would be really hard to try to start this while holding it. I'm going to do the same thing up in the front. And until we get this tight, you can, you know, kind of twist it a little bit to get these started. All right, I did get that one started. Now let's move to the other side. All right, and I will say, this wouldn't be complicated at all if I didn't have a roof on here. The roof is what makes it where I've only got a couple of inches of space here between the roof and the screw. Now what I'm gonna do, since I've already got this bit that fits it just perfect, I've got this little socket here, I'm gonna stick on there, and that way I can turn it even a little quicker than what I would do by hand. I'm gonna get both of these a little bit tight. The socket only goes a little bit tight, and then it kind of will stop on you. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll pull out the Allen key that came with it and finish it off. And I really want it tight. I don't want it
moving around or shaking at all. And definitely do not want it coming loose when I'm out riding around. All right, we're good and solid there. And now we're going to go ahead and remove the strap. Get that put up. All righty, we are mounted. That is solid as a rock. Man, I am impressed by this thing. Now we're going to start working on all the hookups here. So 12 volt power goes right here. So the cool thing about this, I haven't seen this on any other speakers yet, is whenever you're ready to wash this off and rinse everything, you unplug it all and then you put these water protective caps back on. So that's really cool. So right now, here's where the 12 volt power goes. Here is the 12 volt connection. It does come with a fused connection on this end. It's already got the fuse in there, and there are 2 more additional fuses included. They must know me, because I will probably blow a fuse. All right, and same thing with this. It comes with a cap, so when you do take it off, you can cap it to keep this from getting moisture in it. But we're gonna go ahead and hook this guy up. It's a pretty simple connection. And I'm gonna take this and run it up to here. They included these Velcro cable straps, which are awesome. I use these all the time, but they included them, so it's even better. I'm gonna run this up here, run it across, run it over and down, and then we'll go into the battery. And we'll be able to get this thing going. I mean, we're almost home now. And once you get it ran to your battery, mine is under the rear passenger seat. It's pretty easy to hook up here. It's 10 millimeter, and I know everybody's lost their 10 millimeter, but go find you one or go buy you one and get this thing hooked up. So we're gonna black to black, then red to red. And again, this is a fused connection. If it wasn't a fused, I would at least be trying to put it through a switch, but in all honesty, you should probably add a fuse either way. But they include that in line here, so it's just that much easier. We'll get the cover and put back on there, and we are good to go. So here's the remote, and this is actually one of the coolest remotes I've seen on these kind of devices. It's in its own little protective sleeve, so it's going to keep it from getting wet when you're out riding in the mud. And it's got a, you can hang it around your rear view mirror, you can hang it around your gear shift. You can put it in a lot of places. I'm going to have to take it out of the bag for a second. Pop out the battery thing there. I'm going to put it back just to see if it does actually work inside the bag, which would be even cooler. So the remote doesn't actually turn it on. We'll turn it on with the button itself.
Kemimoto, Bluetooth mode.
Nice. Comes up in Bluetooth mode. We can hit source.
Auxiliary input mode.
Take it to the other, to aux input. You can see there the blue line's going across as you hit the volume up, and then you take the volume back down. Don't know why you'd want to turn the volume down, but anyway, you got play. You can adjust the frequency, probably hit different EQ settings, forward, backwards. You can adjust the LED settings, LED on or off. And you got different settings to change what the LED is doing.
Bluetooth mode.
And you got a shuffle there.
Broadcast on. Broadcast off. Bluetooth mode.
Awesome. Okay, my Bluetooth device is the device I'm filming on, so I'm gonna have to go grab a laptop or something to do, to be able to play something on here to check it out. I'm just gonna play, see how it sounds here, and then a little bit later on, we're gonna get it out and ride around, especially as it gets a little darker so we can really see the effect of these LEDs. I mean, you can see them now, but at night it's gonna look fantastic. All right, I went in and grabbed my laptop. Let's connect it to the Bluetooth here.
Connected.
Well, thank you. All right, I am gonna play something out of GarageBand. Man, the bass on that is fantastic. Let's bring the volume back up. Wow. I no idea how good that sounds coming through the little speaker I'm wearing on my hoodie here, but that sounded fantastic. And that's just a simple song I put together on GarageBand so I don't get a copyright strike. All right. I want to check this out and see how this sounds when I'm out riding around. So let's go check it out. All right, my first impressions of this Kemimoto Midnight 80 Gen 2 is this thing is fantastic. I mean, when I first turned it on, I was just shocked at the bass. This thing really pounds the bass. It's got a great LED show. You know, you got the striffle on the bottom. Around the foam on the subs, that just looks fantastic. It's constantly changing colors. It looks great. You know, I've been playing music just off GarageBand so I don't get a copyright strike, but I'm about to get some real music going here and take this thing for a ride. But man, I don't think you can go wrong with this speaker. I have been really impressed with it. It is heavy, it is solid, it is built to last. I love the fact that they've got the ability back there. You unhook all the cables and you put the waterproof covers back on them so you don't take a chance on damaging anything when you're cleaning it up. I think that's a fantastic addition. I love the remote in the bag here. I've got it hanging from the rear view mirror right now, so that way I can always find it. I can just reach up and grab it and turn the volume up or down or go to the next song or whatever. So I think that's a fantastic idea. Wonder why more vendors don't do that, but I really love that. That is perfect. Anyway, check out this speaker. I don't think you'll be disappointed.